And we're live. We are working on a Xbox. Well, I just had it under the scope for you guys, actually, right here. We're working on this Xbox Series X. I just received it in the mail. And they tried to do their HDMI port, a new guy. Someone wasn't trained for this. And this is what they got. And they shipped it to me so I can go ahead and fix it. We're gonna get started. And break out my good equipment. And they did mail me out a charger port, not charger port, sorry, the HDMI port, a brand new one. And Mr. Foster, if you are watching, this is your system, Mr. Foster. Alright, so this is what we will start with. We'll try to wick some of this off. We'll add some low melt solder. You can see it's been snatched up. I don't know what happened, but it looks bad. Let me turn on my equipment. Then we will go ahead and add some flux. Then we'll grab our low melt solder. And as soon as my iron warms up, I'll go ahead and apply the low melt solder. Almost there. There you go. Make sure you guys can see. We're going to fill these holes up and then wick them. I think that one's good, but let's go ahead and just add some in it. Okay. We'll make sure it sucks it all out. Okay. It ain't suck it all out. Where's my clippers at? We're just gonna do a little wicking and a little cleaning, and then we can go ahead and start by laying down the jumpers or whatever we have to do. Okay, I'm gonna just cut one more little piece and try to wick the other hole one more time. This little hole just one more time. I guess that's the best that we'll get. I'm gonna tin these pads and then wick them and see which pads that we need. If anything is broken, that's a ground pad. So basically, we had to jump everything but the ground pad are still there on the board. What I will do is right now go ahead and wick them one more time. Don't go rough on them so you don't break whatever left of these pads. You can tell that ground pad up there is broken, but it's still attached. Just let me clean, because I like to work on a clean surface. I don't know about everybody else. Alright, so this is what we will do before we lay down the HDMI port. We'll go ahead and take it out. Alright, before we lay it down, if you guys see this pad comes from up here. Okay, this pad comes from up here, so we'll have to jump a wire first before we lay down the port, and everything else comes from the bottom. So we are good. So we just need one. We'll jump that one, and then we'll lay down the port and jump the rest of them. Let's go ahead and show you what I mean if you put this in. Okay, everything laying straight. So we will have to go ahead and jump a long wire down. I do it all the time. I'm just explaining to you guys, whoever is watching. So this is what we will do, is we will come here and scratch that area. One second. I went and got my grinding pen, so this is what we're gonna do. Just go into low speed. Okay, and we will just come over here. Okay. Gonna do them all, so I don't have to get back to them. We're exposing these little traces, so we can run our wires from that trace. Okay. This is a little wire we will use. I just warmed up my iron, micro iron right there. Just let it tap. Okay. Gonna go ahead and send it and solder it. Okay. I'll go ahead and clean. and we will go ahead and cut it. We will cut it from right over here. Okay, I'm gonna lay that down so I can see where it's at. Before we lay down our port, we will go ahead and mask this little line so it doesn't move out of its place. I'll go ahead and apply some UV mask on here and on the exposed trace. Go ahead and cure it with the UV lamp, and then we can go ahead and lay down the HDMI port. Just for a few seconds. Alright. That should do. So we'll grab our new HDMI port, we'll slap it down. But before I do that, this is what I want to do. I want to remove this little plastic rubber thingy. So let's get the HDMI port and drop it. And then add your flux. I don't even think I have my mic on me. Voice probably was a little low. My mic was on my bench. So what we do is we get our solder paste on our iron. I'm trying to clean it from the low melt, make sure there's no more low melt on my iron. You're going to add a little of solder. You're going to add a little solder to the iron. Let me just zoom in. And then you want to hold down and apply your solder down. And keep on going. And that's good enough. Just a few more right here. Ouch, I just burned my finger. Okay. We have bridges, but that's not a problem. You just move your iron across. And we are good to go. Yeah. Alright, so what we got left is we have to jump the missing 8 pads that we got left. Well, before I do that, I'm going to flip the motherboard around and solder the little anchors. Okay, so let's go ahead and flip it around real quick and solder down these anchors. I'm going to apply our flux. And we will get our solder and go ahead and fill these holes up. I can still feel some of the main factory solder down here. They haven't been whipped good. Well, that's fine. Let's go ahead and fill these up. These are the broken pads. I think the broken anchors is on this side, or the ones that was spread out. Alright, let me clean the bottom side. I'll get back to it in a second, but let's go on the other side and jump our jumpers, or run our jumpers. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and tin these pads real quick. Get solder on them. Remove this wire out the way. Alright, the board was hot and the solder, the flux already vibrated, I guess. Okay. Alright. We'll go ahead and grab our first wire and put our first wire on the first leg, and it goes down right here. Okay. So let me cut that one and move on to the next one. Alright. On to the next. The second one is ground, so we go to the one, so it's the third pad on the second trace right here. Just hold it down, let that solder float on the wire, and that's it. Yeah. Let me go ahead and cut that one and move to the next. Alright. So right now we are on the 1, 2, 3 on the 4 pad, and goes on the third trace. Go ahead and add more solder to my iron. That's too much. Okay, and let me go ahead and cut it. Then we move on to the next. Alright, and then we trace it, or solder it to the trace where it goes. Come on, the flux is getting a little hard. Let me go ahead and do a little quick cleanup right after this pad. And let me cut it, and I'm gonna clean real quick so we can work in a clean surface. Go ahead and okay, one of them just came out. This one right here, I snatched it too hard, but that's fine. I can resolder it. Just a drop of flux, and you hold it and solder. Alright. Okay, so let's go move on to that one. I probably need to add some flux on that side too. Not a lot. Alright, that one runs over here. Okay, so we got one ground, one ground, ground. Okay, that one is ground, so we're doing it right. All right, let me cut that. And go to this page. Too much flux. I mean, too much paste. There you go. Cut it, and we got two more, and then we can go ahead and do diode mode reading. See if we have readings on everything we jumped, and compare them to my head of what I already know on other Xboxes. Let's go ahead. Solder that really good. Some more solder on the iron. We drop it. It's on this bag. Whoa, I just bridged. I just caused a bridge, but that ain't no problem. And let's go ahead and jump it down here. People had a heart attack for a second. Okay, last one. And we can clean and test everything else. Go down, baby. There we go. Oh, my thing slept on me. That's why the solder started to look ugly. My iron, every 5 minutes it sleeps. There you go. And there you go. Okay. It sleeps so it cools down so it doesn't melt the solder as quick as it needs to. Okay. I just snatched that too hard. Okay, so let me go ahead and do one more cleanup. Move that out the way. Not going too rough so we don't break the traces again. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the reading on them first, like in diode mode. Make sure we got the correct readings. I'm gonna just call them out. I have a few other videos that I did the same thing. I'm sure I know a few of them off the top of my head. Multimeters right here. I gotta take a little peek. In diode mode, red is on ground, black where you probe. So we will go ahead and put the red on top of the HDMI port because that will be our ground. Okay. We got 0.75. And then we got ground. Let me answer that. My coworkers outside, like always. Excel. Hello. عليكم السلام. أنا هسه شغال على motherboard. هسه برجع لك. يعطيك العافية. Okay, sorry guys. I'm gonna go ahead and run this real quick. So the first pad is reading at 0.75. The second pad is ground. The third pad is reading at 0.75. The fourth pad 0.75. Fifth pad is ground. The sixth pad 0.75. Seventh pad 0.75. We got ground. And then we got 0.75, 0.75, ground, 0.64. We got 0.64. We got OL. I know that's probably OL. There's ground on that side, which is that. Okay. OL 6. I mean 0.6, 0.6, 0, 0, 0, which is ground. We got 0.59 and 0.64. Everything should be ready to go. We will go ahead and just apply a little more UV mask on the traces so they can stay solid in their spot. This is what we will do, just apply some here. Make sure they don't touch. I'm going to cover these exposed traces down here just for the hell of it. Yeah. I'm stealing some of that from the side neighbors. They have a lot. Okay. And that's it. Excel. Hey, good morning. I'm doing good. You watching your video? I'm live right now. I'm done actually. Well, Kieran, I said I'm doing your video now. I'm on the end of it. I'm finna end the video now. Yes, sir. You can go ahead and watch it. Yeah, I did. But where's the return label? I didn't see none. Okay. All right then. So you want it to be. When do you want the package to arrive you? Because today is Friday, so if I go to FedEx right now, I think they may have a tomorrow delivery, but that'll be expensive. Cheapest way probably be Monday. Yeah, great then. I'll ship today and let you know. Thank you. All right. Okay, we're done here. Mr. Foster was on the line, the owner of this, and everything is soldered down. See the wires move. And we're gonna end the video here. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more of these little videos.